We have ice cream and yogurt as much as
Ice
you want.
cream.
There's ice cream.
Nice.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to All Services Leadership Communication Series, where we ask leaders of our company burning questions while eating spicy chicken wings and sometimes sour candy. Today's guest is All Services Vice President of Human Resources, Becky Gilles. Becky's been with the company for 7 months. She started her career as a headhunter, recruiting accounting and finance leaders. Then she went to work for United Health Group, and before All Services, she spent 14 years with H.B. Fuller as the Global Corporate HR Business Partner and Talent Acquisition Director. She's a graduate of Metropolitan State University, and her hometown is Ellsworth, Wisconsin, home of the cheese curd. Welcome to the show, Becky. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Oh, awesome. How are you doing with spicy food?
I'm not a huge spicy food eater. I like to eat a lot of different types of food, but spicy is typically not one of them. So I don't know how I got wrangled into this bad boy.
Well, we're excited to have you, and I think
Thanks.
I think you're going to do great. If John can do it, you can do it. Is what
Yeah.
I say, right?
Yeah,
So.
he set the bar, so it can't be that high.
Yeah.
Good flavor.
Yeah. So, Becky, you're from Wisconsin, as
Mhm.
mentioned. What was it like growing up in Ellsworth? The population's around 4,000 people, and it's between River Falls, Wisconsin, and Red Wing, Minnesota.
It is. So I grew up in the country outside of Ellsworth. I graduated from Ellsworth, but it was a half-hour drive to Ellsworth.
Okay.
So I was in the country with nothing, I was 3 miles from the closest convenience store. So you rode your bike, got
Right.
your candy, rode your bike home. So it was a pretty quiet existence.
Right.
Lots of playing outdoors in the woods.
Yeah, that sounds really nice, actually.
Ellsworth didn't have a stoplight when I graduated, so
Does it have one now?
it does.
Okay, oh,
I think it
upgraded.
might actually have 2 now.
Oh, fantastic. Awesome. So our next sauce is a curry verde sauce. Kind of has hints of like Thai green curry, Indian curry a little bit. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
This one's very flavorful. Actually, so far this one's been my favorite, but I can
Mhm.
imagine putting it in like a big bowl of rice with some chicken, honestly.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Really good.
So I know there's been a lot of work done around pay structure and
Mhm.
benefits. I know open enrollment is coming up soon.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the progress that's been made since the integration, and what do we expect for open enrollment?
So open enrollment is literally right around the corner. It'll be the last 2 weeks of September. Everybody will have to participate in open enrollment because we are having one additional medical plan. So we'll have 4 options in terms of medical plans. Otherwise, everything else in terms of our coverage will remain the same. We'll have actually a bank for our HSA. So before, people had to choose their own bank if they wanted to contribute to a health savings plan, but we will have a bank for them, which will make things a lot easier for them. So we do expect that the open enrollment will go smoothly, and there'll be more options for the employees for open enrollment this year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. And I know that was a little nervousness with people going around and whether the ease of open enrollment, but
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to be happy to hear that the ease of access and use is
Yes.
kind of a priority.
Yes, and there's been we've had a lot of open enrollments this year. There's been a lot of change, but now everybody effectively November 1st will be on the same benefit plan. So then we can start looking forward to making more improvements in our plans.
Yeah, absolutely. Becky, our next wing is a zesty lemon pepper sauce. Very good on, it's from a company called the Krabby Shack. Very good on seafood, but typically I think it's been working well on chicken as well. I see you've done no water, no milk, no dipping. How are you
Not
doing
yet.
so far?
So far, so good.
All right, awesome. Ooh. Got you through this a little bit. Awesome. So Becky, I'm going to show you a picture. And From what I can tell, it looks like you're skydiving here.
I am. Tandem skydiving.
Tandem
Yes.
skydiving,
Yep.
yes, but still falling through the air at a very high rate of speed.
Yes.
Tell us about this day. How was it, and what made you want to try it?
So that was just about a year ago, and a friend of mine knew it was on my bucket list. And it was at a point in time in my life where I needed to be reminded to stay in the present and enjoy what was happening, and, just live life freely. So we went skydiving. We went over to Baldwin and jumped out of a plane. And there was nothing more freeing and exhilarating than that first minute and a half rush out of the plane. You get to do a little maneuvering back and forth, and then the piece you drop the chute, and it's just complete silence. And it's really a spectacular experience.
Our next wing is a Chipotle Ghost. It's kind of like a spicy mole. Got some chocolate hints in it, and it's around 14 times hotter than a jalapeno, is what they say. So
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is where now we're getting serious.
Starting
to.
We're starting to. I wouldn't say it ramps up a lot, but this is where I think most people have sensed a little bit more heat in the previous 3.
Got it. Okay. Thanks for the warning.
You're welcome.
Has a little aftershock to it.
So HR, let's talk about recruiting and onboarding. Well, that's been kind of a big topic in the past couple months.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the work that's been done in those areas over the past few months, and what is important for people to know?
Yeah. So it's kind of one of these hidden gems that has happened. Was a high priority when I was being interviewed by John, that we needed to get recruiting and onboarding under control. And we hired Pang back at the end of March. And she has kind of flown under the radar. Probably most people don't know who she is or what she's doing, but she has really brought and standardized all of the recruiting processes. All of the hiring now is really managed by her. The hiring managers let her know what they need. She posts all the positions. She does the initial screening and sets up the interviews for the managers, and the managers interview them. They say yes or no. She does all of the onboarding paperwork. So she takes all of that out of the managers' hands, which really allows them to focus on their actual work. Mm-hmm. It's been a huge relief for the hiring managers. It's significantly reduced the amount of time it takes to hire people. Just like in Bloomington, we were really struggling to hire warehouse people. And she said, let's do a walk-in day. And we were able to hire, and we could not get people to show up for interviews to save our lives there. Mm-hmm. And we were able to hire 4 warehouse people off of that event. So now they're fully staffed in the warehouse in Bloomington, knock on wood. Michelle is finally relieved to have those people. And so she's really reduced the amount of open positions, that has reduced the stress on our team, mm-hmm. and really up-leveled the talent coming into the organization. So really happy about that.
Cool. So our next one is called Los Cantes Rojo. It's got hints of cumin, some apricot, and some fruity habaneros. So,
that sounds good.
This one has been a big hit across our previous interviewers. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That I could put on my chicken for sure.
Yes, or tacos.
Tacos.
Yes, I think it'd be perfect.
For sure.
I have a couple more pictures to show.
Yes.
Here you are backpacking and whitewater rafting. Mm-hmm. What were these trips, and how was the experience?
So the backpacking trip was, it was a 10-day backpacking trip on Isle Royale. It is right on the Canadian border, mm-hmm. between Minnesota and Michigan.
Okay.
It's an island. You have to take a ferry or an airplane out there. And we go out there the first ferry out. We try every year, mm-hmm. to go out, and we do 10 days. So on that trip, the first person we saw, we were 4 days in. And we do about 10 to 12 miles a day, mm-hmm. and then camp, and then make our way back to the ferry to get back on. So it's about a 35-pound pack.
Okay.
fantastic.
Yeah.
10 days, no internet, no TV. I have no idea. The whole world could be blowing up.
Yeah.
Similar but different. The whitewater rafting trip was just this July. We went out to Idaho and did the Middle Salmon River.
Yep.
And that was 6 days. We did about 20 miles of rafting, and then camping at night.
Okay.
Similar type situation. No TV, no internet. The whole world could be blowing up, but all we were doing was enjoying nature and having some peace and quiet. And those trips for me are incredibly important because I am so constantly on the go and driven, and there's so much going on and so much chaos in the day-to-day life. To have a week or so of complete peace and tranquility, and to remind myself of what's really important in life, it's important to get recentered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So our next wing is called the Mako Snake by a company called the Spicy Shark, and this is where we'll start to see a little more increase in the Scoville units kind of heat.
Got it.
This is very reminiscent of like an Indian spicy curry, in my opinion. So cumin, coriander, turmeric, all of those, pretty much whole spice cabinet.
Got it.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
This one is pretty upfront.
You can taste the turmeric.
So Becky, one question we've heard commonly is, do all brands and will all brands have the same holiday schedule? And then is there an HR manual or booklet or guidance where employees can go to review all the company policies?
Yes. So yes, everybody has the same holiday schedule across all of the brands. It is published in the handbook that's available in ADP. It was also mailed out to all of the branches, and I can certainly send it out to anyone who needs it. But yes, everybody has the same schedule.
So Becky, as we go to the next week, how you doing with spice? Ramped up a little bit in the last one.
Yeah, it did ramp up in the last one. It's there.
Yeah.
On the back of my tongue.
Yeah, still talking pretty well though. So obviously, I think we're good to go to the next one.
Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I dip it?
Whatever you're feeling, you can jump into it at any moment. If you need to pause mid question or answer, feel free. So Becky, as everyone knows, COVID impacted our business in a number of ways. We had to change the way we ran our business, from installing safety measures to allowing people to work from home more. So a lot has changed. Now that we're past the pandemic, there's been a lot of questions around working in the office versus at home. Can we get your thoughts on where you think our company is headed, and do you envision people coming back to the office?
So we do have a remote work policy that's published. It's out on ADP as well. There will not be a mandate to bring people back to work like a lot of companies are doing. People who have the capability to work from home can still work from home. There might be and will be times where managers will want teams to come into the office for team building or just some culture and engagement and or training opportunities. But at this point, if you're working from home, there will not be any expectation for you to come back into the office. People who have jobs that have responsibility to be in the office for some period of time will need to be in the office. There are people who have the opportunity to work remotely 100% of the time. If they want to come into the office, they can come into the office. If they don't need to, then they don't need to. It's completely up to them and their manager and their ability to perform their job.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds like a focus on that kind of balance is really important going in, and being able to, like you mentioned, do your job to the fullest, but still allow you to, balance your life as needed as well.
Right.
So,
I mean, I personally feel that there's importance to come into the office and spend some time with your coworkers and build that camaraderie and that collaboration. Some people, it's more important than others.
Yeah, I think there's a culture aspect to it as
exactly.
well.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. This next wing is called the Bomb Evolution. There are certainly not many redeeming qualities, in my opinion, about it.
Great.
If I'm being honest, but I think this is something where kind of that challenge comes in. But yeah, it's certainly it's chicken on a sauce with sauce. So.
Chicken with sauce.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great marketing pitch.
I'm sorry. I gotta be honest, right?
Not one I'll take home to Mama.
No. The flavor is something.
You breathe it in.
Yes. We understand you're into cars.
I do. I like cars.
Yes. I kind of do too myself. Do you have a favorite brand and model?
Not really. I mean, it is whatever I'm driving at the moment. I grew up around all men.
Yeah.
Uncles and brothers, and so I grew up with cars. My first car was, I bought it from a junkyard for $200. Awesome. It was a huge piece of junk. But it had a 455 horsepower engine in it.
Awesome.
So people looked at it and laughed, but I could beat anybody out of the parking lot in high school. So that was like my first, oh yeah. I like fast cars.
Yeah, they're fun. Was that like an old Cadillac with the big 400 and 500 cubic inch in it?
It was a Grand Prix.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a big boat, and the doors would freeze up in the wintertime. So I'd have to climb in probably the back passenger door to get into it. It was a hunk of junk. But
land yacht.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I could have lived
awesome.
in it. It was like the size of my first apartment.
Awesome. So a couple quick questions. Ford or Chevy?
Ford.
Toyota or Honda?
Honda.
Maserati or Porsche?
I think the Porsche. I like Porsche. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question to you: F1 or WRC?
F1.
It's fair. That's fair. Okay, our next sauce is a watermelon ghost. Put in perspective, it says it's 641,000 Scoville heat units, which a helping is typically around 2,500.
Great.
This one is a little better tasting, though. In my opinion. Kind of up front with the watermelon. So
okay.
So cheers.
Cheers.
This one at least tries to be flavorful, I think.
Yeah. It tries to masquerade, though.
Yeah. So on the topic of flavor, what's your favorite type of cuisine, and what's your favorite restaurant to eat at in the Twin Cities?
I don't know if I have a favorite cuisine. I love food. If I had to go to a go-to, it would be pasta because I grew up with pasta. My mom's Italian. But give me a big plate of cheese, like a charcuterie board.
Ooh.
I'm a happy woman.
Cured meats and cheeses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happy. Really happy.
I respect that. Becky, on this last question, last sauce we typically in the past we've done, it's called the Last Dab Apollo. So as a kind of tradition, and as people have done this in the past, we tend to put a little more extra.
Wow.
So you don't have to if you don't want to. As I say, but I tend to go for the schmear. Roll on plate and kind of go for the schmear. So
I'm not going to break tradition.
Find
out I'm the first one to start the tradition.
Yep. So, Becky made it. You did it. Completed all 10 sauces.
Not yet. I want to go.
Yeah, we're gonna go. So here we go. End of the road. Cheers.
Cheers. My gosh.
So as the spices running through your veins, breathing fire out your mouth, through your nose. I'll give you the floor for one last word. Anything you'd like to mention, something you're excited about, looking forward to in the future, the floor is all yours.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am excited about everything that we've done so far. And I know that there's been a lot of change that's happened. And some people are happy about it. Some people are not happy about it. There's emotions all over the place. But I guess the one thing I'd like to say is that I want everyone to assume positive intent. So everybody is working really hard to bring these companies together and to make the changes for the good. And when we make a change or we do something, people might not understand or agree, but I want everybody to assume that we're doing it for the right reasons. And we might not always do it the right way or with the best communication, but we're really trying. So
yeah, awesome. Positive intent. I think that's a
Positive
great way
intent.
to end it. Thank you so much for joining me in the hot seat today, Becky. Made it through all sauces.
It's hot.
It's hot. Guys, everyone out there, these are actually spicy sauces.
Yeah.
We're being honest.
Now I'm gonna cry. Go back to my desk and cry.
We have ice cream and yogurt as much as
Ice
you want.
cream.
There's ice cream.
Nice.
Thanks everyone for watching Hot Seat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the What If email. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Becky.
Woo! Good job, Becky.